So today we're going to read Yeti in Town, Part 2. Sightseeing with Yeti was fun. At Buckingham Palace, he climbed up and down the fence. The crowd laughed and cheered. In Trafalgar Square, Yeti climbed onto the bronze lions. Mom was puzzled. "Is that toy bear moving?" she asked. Then they went on a red bus and visited the Tower Bridge. Yeti pointed to a boat on the river. "Can we go on one of those?" he asked. "I've never been on a boat." "That's a good idea," said Tim. "You can see a lot of London this way." But on the boat, Yeti was scared. He held onto his seat all the way there and back. By the afternoon, Yeti looked tired. "It's so hot," he said. Tim went into a shop and bought Yeti 3 big ice creams. They helped to cool him down. Yeti looked across the river Thames, at the bridges and the tall buildings. He thought of the mountains at home. He felt a little sad. "It's too hot," he said. "I want to go home now." The children felt very sorry for Yeti. The next morning, the children packed Yeti into the box. They gave him a book about London to look at on the journey. "Goodbye," said Tim. "You are such fun." "Goodbye," said Emma. "You are so naughty." They shut the box and wrote Dad's address on the outside. The van took Yeti to the airport. At the airport, the box was checked, then left until the plane was ready. Inside the box, Yeti was bored. He banged onto the lid. "Are we there yet?" he shouted. "Let me out!" A man opened the lid. Yeti jumped out and shrieked excitedly. "Yay!" "Hey you," said the man. "Get inside that box at once." But Yeti gave him a big smile, dodged past him and ran. The man chased after Yeti. Yeti ran in and out and round and round. "Humbug!" the man shouted, but Yeti did not want to be shut in the box again. He ran into a shop and hid in a window. The man ran straight past. Yeti came out of the shop. He rolled down the stairs and bounced on the chairs. The man saw Yeti again and shouted, "Stop doing that!" But Yeti was having fun. Then Yeti saw a television film crew. They were interviewing a famous footballer. "Go away," the TV reporter said. He thought Yeti was a boy dressed in a costume. But the famous footballer said, "Oh, he is so cute! Film him with me, okay?" So the crew filmed Yeti with the famous footballer. That afternoon he was on TV. Mom found her missing glasses at last. "That's better," she said. "Now I can clearly see things." She, Tim, and Emma watched Yeti on TV. Mom was amazed when she saw that Yeti was a real animal. "Come on," said Mom. "We have to go to the airport." "We must make sure that Yeti gets back home," said Tim. They drove to the airport. Then they found Yeti. He was sitting on his box. A crowd of people were looking at him. He was very pleased to see Tim and Emma. "That isn't my home, is it?" Yeti said. "No," said Emma. "You're still at the airport." "I don't feel well," Yeti complained. "What's wrong?" Tim asked. "I'm too hot. I'm tired. I want to go home." Just then, another television reporter arrived. She was very interested in Yeti. She asked Yeti to show his fingers, his toes, and his teeth to prove that he was real. The reporter turned to the camera. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, "this is the first time anyone had interviewed a Yeti. It's sensational!" All afternoon, Tim, Emma, Yeti, and Mom were interviewed by reporters from newspapers and magazines. The children loved it. But Yeti became quieter and quieter and quieter. Finally, he stopped answering questions. "What's wrong?" Tim asked. "I want to go home," Yeti answered. "I don't like it here anymore." But then, Yeti's airplane has gone. Yeti spent the night in the airport asleep in his box. The next morning, Yeti's photo was in every newspaper. Yeti was famous. People did not want him to go home. The manager of a zoo sent a big black car to collect Yeti from the airport. At the zoo, Yeti was given a special cold room. It had an ice cream machine. On the walls there were pictures of the snowy mountains of the Himalayas, but Yeti did not want it. A TV crew filmed the manager of the zoo and Yeti with the children. "We are the first country in the world," said the manager, "to have a Yeti in our zoo." He turned to the children. "You must be very proud." We're a bit worried, actually," said Tim. "Yeti's not very happy, is he?" "He doesn't like being locked up." "Nonsense," said the manager of the zoo. "He'll soon settle down." But Yeti did not settle down. Each day, when the children visited him, they saw that he was quieter and sadder and thinner and scruffier. He was homesick and lonely. The children complained to the manager of the zoo. The manager asked the vet to look at Yeti. The vet said the problem was quite simple. Yeti's missing his mom and his dad at home. But the manager took no notice of the vet. "We've got to get Yeti out of the zoo," said Tim. "I agree," said Emma, "and I've got an idea." Emma and Tim telephoned the TV reporter from the airport. They told her about the problem. "I've got a great idea for the TV program," the reporter said, "and I think it will help Yeti. Come to the studio tomorrow and I'll interview you." The next day, Tim and Emma sat in the TV studio with the manager of the zoo. The program began. First, there was a short film of Yeti in his room at the zoo. "Look," said Emma, "he looks so sad, doesn't he?" "Don't worry," said the manager, "he'll soon cheer up." Tim said, but Yeti doesn't belong at the zoo. He belongs in the mountains." The manager smiled politely and said, "People want to see Yeti. They can see him here. They can't see him in the Himalayas." "Well, viewers," said the reporter, "it's time to vote. Do you want Yeti to go home? Then call 020-8531-001. Do you want Yetis to stay here? Then call 020-8531-002. You have 5 minutes to make your choice, so pick up the phone." The TV interview showed Yeti again. He was looking sadly at the snow on the pictures of the Himalayas on the walls of his room. A big car came to pick up Yeti from the zoo. The manager of the zoo shook his paw. "Here are your air tickets home," he said. "There are tickets for Tim and Emma and their mom too." "That's very kind of you," said Mom. "Thank you." A big crowd of fans cheered and waved as Yeti's car left the zoo. But at the airport, another big crowd was waiting to see him. "We'll never see you again," said Emma sadly. "I've got an idea," said Tim. "Let's give Yeti our phone. Then he can talk to us." "That's a great idea," said Dad. "But remember, when the batteries are finished, he won't be able to call us anymore." Tim taught Yeti how to use the phone and how to take photos with it. In the middle of the night, Yeti woke up. He heard something outside the tent. Was it bears looking for food? Or perhaps perhaps it was wild dogs. While Tim and Emma were sleeping, carefully Yeti peeped outside. And there, standing in the snow, were his parents! They hugged and kissed each other. They rolled in the snow and laughed together. Yeti climbed onto his dad's back, and the three of them set off together in the snowy mountains, where no one could find them. In the morning, Tim, Emma, Mom, and Dad found Yeti's empty bed. They saw the footprints outside. Yeti and his parents were off together again. They were glad for Yeti, but they were sad for themselves. But Yeti did not forget them. Every 2 or 3 hours he rang them. They saw him on the phone screen. He was enjoying himself. They saw him have a snowball fight with his mom. They saw him wrestle in the snow with his dad. They saw him roll down the steep slopes. Yeti was home. Yeti was happy. Later, they saw the Yetis sitting in their cave. But that was the last time Yeti rang them. The phone batteries were finished. And that was the end of that. Well, almost. Because Tim, Emma, and their mom had given them a spare battery and a charger. Because they as well installed a plug where they had lived. But still, they rolled in the snow. Goodbye, Yeti. We'll come and see you again next year. Before they said goodbye to Dad, Emma said, Dad, will you promise us something? The next time you send a box of things, please leave it open, will you? The night before you send it? Dad laughed. Yes, said Dad. You never know what might climb inside it. Thank you for listening. Until next time, it was me, Mira. Bye-bye.